Modern Warfare 2 2022 could potentially be the final Modern Warfare game we get. At least for this rebooted series. Do you guys think this is true, or do you think it's a load of BS? Well, that's the subject of today's video, so I hope you guys enjoy. So this news comes from Tom Henderson. He is a credited leaker in the Call of Duty world. He has been since Modern Warfare 2019. You guys can look this up on your own. Now, I am the kind of person that takes pretty much all leaks with a grain of salt. While I understand that there's plenty of people who leak stuff, especially in the video game world, that are quite credible, and a lot of things that they predict do end up coming true, Tom Henderson is one of those people. This one is just one of those ones where I'm kind of, I guess you could say, skeptical of, or I think it's more fair to say I'm hopeful that this isn't true. And the point of this video is basically my opinion on whether or not I believe it is true. Easy answer? No, I don't think it is. While it is coming from Tom Henderson, someone who has been largely accurate with the stuff that they've been predicting and leaking about Call of Duty the last few years, I think this is one of those ones that is not true. To me, it just doesn't make sense. I don't really know where Infinity Ward could go if they dropped the Modern Warfare series a second time. I suppose they could do a sequel to Ghosts, or maybe just do a reboot of Ghosts that took place in the same universe as Modern Warfare, but it just... When I try to think of it from like a business standpoint for them, it just wouldn't connect with the fan base like the Modern Warfare series does. Now, I want you guys to tell me down in the comments, how do you feel about the Modern Warfare series as a whole? How did you feel about Call of Duty 4? How did you feel about Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, the remaster of COD 4, the 1/3 remaster of Modern Warfare 2? I say 1/3 because we only got the campaign, we didn't get Spec Ops or multiplayer. And then the Modern Warfare 2019 reboot. I would love to know your guys' thoughts concerning those games, how you feel about the series overall, and how you think it compares to Black Ops and some of the other standalone games that we've had. Back to the point of the video. This doesn't seem like a very likely course of action for Infinity Ward. I understand that 2 of the head writers for Infinity Ward had left again, and you know, with Microsoft buying Activision, that deal is going to be completed within the next year. So, well, not this year, but next year is supposed to be done in June of 2023, I believe. And no doubt there will be changes once it's all said and done. But I don't think Infinity Ward dropping the Modern Warfare brand is going to be one of them. With the reboot story, there's so much expansion that they can do, so many characters to explore and redefine with brand new stories, brand new outcomes to their lives. But, I mean, what the hell do I know? I'm just a dude starting out on YouTube making videos covering this shit and giving you guys my thoughts. I mean, I could be completely fucking wrong, and we completely lose the Modern Warfare series. Who knows? I don't think we will. But you never know, I could be dead wrong. Now, if we do, the other point in this video is throwing around some ideas as to what exactly they could replace the Modern Warfare series with. Is it going to be Ghosts 2? Are we going to get a sequel to Infinite Warfare? Are we going to get something entirely new? Maybe something that is set in the Modern Warfare reboot universe? Who the hell knows? I know I don't. I don't think anyone does other than Infinity Ward themselves. Well, I don't know if they actually know what they plan on doing after this next Modern Warfare game just yet, but whatever they do decide to do, I think whatever it is has potential if it isn't another Modern Warfare game. But honestly, as I'm sitting here thinking about it and talking about it, if the Modern Warfare series ends up just being completely written off the board and it just stops, I honestly don't know if I'll actually continue to play Call of Duty, because I've played every single Call of Duty game that ever came out, but I didn't really become a huge fan until Call of Duty 4. And the Modern Warfare games, as I've said before, are my favorite, and they will always be my favorite. I just prefer modern setting first-person shooters. It's one of the reasons why I never really got into Halo or just anything that's like futuristic or historical. It's just I just prefer that modern setting. I always have, even before I really started playing Call of Duty religiously. And if the Modern Warfare series is done, I just don't know what... I don't really know if Call of Duty can keep my interest peaked. And that brings up another point I'd like to make in this video. If the Modern Warfare series were to just completely end, I think that like Activision and at this point by extension Microsoft, they would lose a good portion of their fan base, because in the Call of Duty universe, we all have our preferences. Some of us prefer Modern Warfare games, some of us prefer Black Ops, some of us prefer the futuristic stuff, the advanced movement, or World War II. We all have our preferences, and I feel like we need to have a healthy mix of them all in order to keep things fresh for people all the way across the board. And if we lose one of them, it's just going to stagnate for a lot of us, because we're not going to get what we want out of Call of Duty. We're not going to get the settings that they want or the guns we want to see. And I may be putting a little bit too much faith in Infinity Ward and Activision in this, but I think they're smart enough to know that they can't do that, so I don't think they're going to do that. I don't see them doing that. They know that Modern Warfare is a big IP for Call of Duty. Modern Warfare will always be a big IP for Call of Duty. Now, I suppose they could always go the route of actually fully remastering Modern Warfare 2 and or Modern Warfare 3, which might be one of those things that I'd be like, yeah, I welcome this, but at the same time, I need to have the freshness, the new games, the original stuff. So yeah, I don't actually ever see the Modern Warfare series ending, at least not in like the literal sense. Like, this particular story might end, but I don't see the Modern Warfare series going anywhere. Especially if Activision actually does decide to end the yearly cycle, and we'll use this as an example. If they were to switch to like a tri-yearly release cycle, so every 3 years we got another Call of Duty game, that means whichever one that we're currently playing, we'd be playing for 3 years. And let's say it's another World War II game. So we're playing a World War II game for 2 to 3 years, and by that time I'm sure people will be ready for the next one, and let's say the next one is another Black Ops game. But let's have it be like a futuristic Black Ops game, like maybe it's a interquel between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. And by then, people will actually welcome it more. More people be willing to buy it, not just because it's had more development time, but because we've been stuck playing a World War II game for 3 years, and we're ready for something new. And then so on and so forth in that fashion. And I think that would definitely really help the developers keep their ideas fresh and original, or as original as they can be. I know originality is really hard these days, but I think it would really be a huge step in the right direction to actually keep things fresh, keep things going. And we could potentially have Black Ops 10, we could potentially have Modern Warfare 10, you know, we could have sequels to Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, Infinite Warfare, what have you. And it would just mesh together so much better if we do end up having like an extended release cycle instead of it being yearly. Things will be much more fresh to us when they come out, and with that added development time, you know, the games will probably run much smoother, I really hope. And overall, it would just make everything so much more inviting, so much more enjoyable for all of us, the players, the developers, all across the board. We'd be much more willing to keep buying and playing these games with all that extra added time into the development, while also being stuck with one game for more than just a year. Because I think you guys can all agree with me when I say this, but like 1 year for a game is just not enough, especially for really enjoying it. I understand that a lot of people didn't care for Modern Warfare 2019. I loved Modern Warfare 2019. It was the most fun I've had on Call of Duty since Ghosts. And I thought Ghost was a great game. But the point that I'm making here is that because I enjoyed it so much, by the time that we got the word for the next game, Infinity Ward had given Raymond Software the reins, and we kind of stopped getting any real updates for Modern Warfare, and now Modern Warfare is pretty much unplayable. And that's the point that I'm making here. With extra time for the developers to make the next game, the older games will get much more attention, more updates to keep them running, which would give those of us who want to keep playing the older games, if we so choose, the opportunity to keep playing them in a working state. So with all that being said, guys, I really don't think the Modern Warfare series will actually go away. I really do hope that we do start getting Call of Duty games maybe once every 2 or 3 years, so that we can continue to play the older games without them being buggy, while also hopefully getting much more better quality games in the future. This is all I really had for you guys. I really hope my video wasn't too confusing. I'm still new to YouTube, still getting better at this. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. My name is Spectre6, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys.